What is up, everybody, and welcome back. Thank you guys so much for being here. I'm going to start a little new series today. What we want to do is kind of go over either chapter 1 or episode 1 and a really detailed breakdown of those with stories that, that I love, you probably love, and maybe some you just don't even know, but are intrigued to, learn a little bit more about. So without having to fully devote 12 hours of your life into, something that may not be for you, or a story that you didn't even like, or characters you didn't even want to know more about. So, save you some time, give you this breakdown by chapter, and see if it's something you want to learn more about. All the ones that I do for this series, I do intend on doing a full breakdown of either, the full story if it's been completed, or wherever it's at in the manga or the anime, whichever one you guys prefer. So, leave some comments, let me know if there's ones you want to suggest to see in the future, and I would love to do those. So, me, Spider-Man behind me, we got you, take care of you, so let's get it. First off, though, to get to this story, before I give you the name, I'm going to ask you a little question. Have you ever wished that you could just, meet that special someone, fall in love, and then when you finally get that sweet, nervous embrace of like a first kiss, and then, bam, out of nowhere, a meteor falls out of the sky, smashes them to their death, right before your eyes? No? Nobody? Well, me neither, but in the case of Fuko, this is life. So take a little journey into this amazing universe from Yoshifumi Totsuka. The main characters, Fuko, the Unluck part, as you may have guessed, of Undead Unluck if you already knew the title, but you'll see soon as the title, and Andy, aka Victor, aka like the coolest, raddest, dopest dude you'll ever meet. An anime, period, the end. One thing that really sets the story apart, aside from the great characters to me, is the power sets and the way that they work and can be the negator, but whatever they truly negate. A la luck for Fuko or death for Andy. And don't get me wrong, it is JJK level complicated. Once they really start getting down to the breakdown of all of the different ways that they can use their negator abilities, and we get into a whole other ballgame once that starts happening. But kind of what their abilities are, the different ways that they can use them, and just kind of some highlights from the show and the manga that I'm sure everybody would like to see if you're interested in the story. It's amazing. So if you'd like to see that, please let me know in the comments below, and I definitely would love to. Don't mind for me and my children liking, subscribing, hitting that notification bell. Truly appreciate it. Thank you very much. So for all intents and purposes of this series and the video, like I mentioned earlier, this is just going to be a chapter 1 series, so don't have to worry about any manga spoilers. That'll be for future videos. So you anime onlys, you guys are good to hang tight, especially if it's just something you want to learn a little bit more about in chapter 1, maybe little tiny things that were maybe different. So definitely cool to see. If it's something you're into, definitely appreciate you stopping by and taking a look. So definitely don't got to worry about no spoiler warnings till the next one. So moving on to start our main story with our main character Fuko, who unfortunately is dead set in the very beginning of the story on killing herself. So for only one reason, though, that she doesn't cause any more harm to people with her unluck. It's been a burden to her, obviously is weighed down on her entire life. Even though she's a young teen, sure as you could understand, like the joke I made at the beginning, having that as your ability, as you'll see here in the very near future, it can be very detrimental, obviously, to the ones that you love especially. So just tuck that in there, a little foreshadowing. But she does hold in her hand the single most important thing to her, a volume of You and Me, which ends up being probably one of the most important things in the manga. Manga readers obviously know exactly what I'm talking about. She has several people on the bridge, though, telling her not to do it, trying to just stop. Like any, hopefully, good citizen would be passing by as a young girl's about to commit suicide. We would hope that, there'd be those good people there. So everyone's letting her know, please, don't do it. You have so much life to live. But on one other hand, she has, obviously, her U and B volume. But on the other hand, she's got a shank. And she explains all that she wanted was a shot at a whirlwind romance, just like the one in this manga. But thanks to this body, that'll never happen. Death is my only option. If anyone touches me or my body, you'll contract a curable disease, so nobody get too close. Next thing you know, though, her knife starts sliding into somebody else's belly. The man coughs up blood, and she, of course, shrieks out, not understanding why her knife has now entered someone else's stomach. The audience, obviously in disbelief, wonders if she just stabbed him. They're like, what the hell's going on? She's trying to kill herself. Now she's trying to murder somebody. Everyone's disbelief, scan over to our main man, Andy. A giant smile on his face, grabs her by the cheeks, looking interested, saying, a A deadly disease transmitted just by touch? Never heard of it. Now that is sick. Suicides nowadays have been getting kind of stale, you know. Well, my hand was all over you, so what's gonna happen? Is it gonna hurt from like the outside within? You know, what's gonna happen? Fuko says, "Oh, it's coming." What is? Like Andy, the most stoked mad ever about the fact that he's about to get smashed, and you know, not knowing obviously that he is undead himself yet could cause some concern for innocent bystanders here, but it just happens. She yells out and screams, "My unluck!" And then the rock that Andy is standing on suddenly breaks as he slams his face first into a bus, completely splattering all over the windshield. See a worried Fuko, but then we see a severed head of Andy start laughing as he states, "Now I get it. That disease stuff was just a front to protect those people." Andy's body obviously starts to regenerate, and he says, "This means you and me got something in common. Looks like today is my lucky day," Andy says, and nothing but his goddamn birthday suit. As he stands right in front of Fuko, she lets out a scream, wondering how the hell this guy is still alive and why the hell he's fucking naked right in front of her. Several reasons that could just be very wrong, especially with how goddamn young she looks, but I digress. Going on. Wait, he's a goddamn zombie, she says, as she freaks out, screaming and running off, trying to get away from him. Andy, completely fucking pissed at this point, lets her know he ain't no goddamn zombie, and he does not like being lumped in with those rotten me sacks. In hilarious fashion and spot on with what we are seeing, the outsiders begin yelling, "Help! There's a masked man assaulting a young girl!" Well, obviously we can't stick around here, Andy says, scooping up Fuko and booking it away from his ops. GG's, everybody. Which is just hilarious, considering I just want to add kidnapping on top of everybody's concern. But hey, anime, manga, we good. Building to building, landing and trying to gain some clout as he lays down the riz. Pretty heavy on Fuko. He lets her know, "Hey, how'd you like leaping from building to building like that? Pretty fucking cool, huh?" Cold as ice. Andy comes in with the bars, but she's not having it. He then goes full nerd. "Just so you know, I regenerated my torn off legs at the highest speed and used the momentum to clearly go past the acceleration speed necessary." From Fuko, obviously, numbers flying. Clearly not susceptible to Andy's high level riz as she begins to take off, wondering what the hell is up with this guy. He can basically fly, and he's naked, and there's something sticking out of his goddamn head. Huge, I am talking fucking huge foreshadowing alert there. Talk about that another time. Moving forward. But above all, she thinks, "I gotta go." Of course, Andy snatches her up and, you know, "I still got questions for you. You can't be running off." And, I mean, we are both the main characters of this fucking show, so where the hell are you going? Fuko, worried, lets Andy know he will trigger her unluck, even just by touching her leg. And I'm like, really? That's fucked up. So if someone just trips and touches any part of her, then death, just instant, you know, Shadow Realm, gone. I mean, that's just fucked up. And yeah, it's like that part on Rick and Morty reminds me in the White House. Just there's nothing else. Just death if you touch me. Nothing. Andy acting like a man that has been in this situation before. Wait, what? Yeah, I know. Regardless, he lets her know, "I know your weak power don't work through your clothes. You explain this on luck stuff, and maybe I'll let you go. Deal?" Fuko, ever determined, says, "Forget it, sucker. I was about to catch a body today anyway. My own body. So your threats are minimum at best." And he says, "All right, then, bet." He starts helicoptering her around like he was about to set the world record thought throw. New one coming next Olympics. And by a lot. But of course, boom, she hits, and then of course she's ready to spill the goods. Then we hit the infamous, tragic MC flashback. Buckle in tight, folks. It's gonna get really sad up in here, guys, so be prepared. Sad warning coming in. In today's tragedy turned power up, we see an 8-year-old Fuko seeing her parents off as they headed overseas on business. They said they would be gone for a whole week, so as any normal 8-year-old, you know, would do, she ran off screaming, pissed she wasn't going, of course, you know. Fuko hugs them as much as possible, considering the fact that they will be gone for several weeks. But then just 10 short minutes later, their plane explodes and all 270 people aboard, including Fuko parents, were dead. It was then she learned that people that touch her get hurt. Since then, I have been covering my skin, never to touch another. Never to be touched. Andy, after respecting the MC flashback moment, goes full in on his character dev and wraps his arms around Fuko, hands inside of her shirt, saying, "So, biggest strokes of unluck hit when you get hugged, right?" right? She looks back like, bruh, did you even listen? Duh, of course I listened, and now I'm testing it out. Fuko stating the question we all want to know. How was copying that? Why are you copying a fill? Well, you did say you needed direct contact, right? Slam! Banana Crate crushes our boy, and Fuko is on the run again. She's gone. Usain bolting out of there as quick as she can, and I shit you not, she slips on a goddamn banana peel and is now plummeting to her death. Dead ass serious. As she contemplates her dumbass mistake and all that it will now cost her life as she falls to her death, in this moment she realizes that, contrary to what this day started, she for some reason is not ready to die. Man, that MCD must be so good. I mean, damn, she's only seen it. I mean, you know, she has reason to live once again. Hallelujah. But of course, our boy has not even got him a kiss yet. He explodes to Fuko, grabbing her and slowing their fall as they safely land on the ground. And Andy lets Fuko know, ain't no way I'm letting you die now. Andy thinks Fuko is hiding something that will give him even more unluck, and hopefully end this crazy long life of his. And I shit you not, it's beyond long. Beyond long. Next, we pan to our first op. They got the classic bad guy suits on, bad guy scars, talking all big like, you know, we'll smoke that MC, they ain't got shit, GG, easy in the chat, everything's just, you know, your typical Saturday afternoon. Andy and Fuko in their temporary hideout get to work on an early training, you know, real early training arc, but chapter 1 still dead serious. His first instructions: close off. I'm going to try and close off. I'm going to try and clone. I'm going to try and cling to as wide as an area of your body as possible. Fuko, boom, Usain Bolt again. Takes off like the Flash. He can't even get up to her right away, but in mid-stride, Andy's like, fine, you can keep on your underwear. Fuko's beanie snags on a block, and all of a sudden her hair is released. Release the Kraken style. Honestly, not your everyday anime hair. Super, super long, and of course, all out of respect for, you know, the barber that would have died to cut it. But shit, you already know our boy is prepared. He gives her the, you know, classic finger under the chin up. That Riz nudge. Riz nudge if I've ever seen one. Chin up, baby girl. And all close to really let the Riz just shine through, and says, don't worry, I'm undead. Oh, and I dabbed in being a barber at one point, so let me hit this quick off-screen cut with scissors out of the fucking thin air, and bam! What do you think? Alright, I was, you know, holding on to you for 15 minutes. This unluck's bound to be a whopper, right? How should I know? And meanwhile, while getting semi-braked, all of a sudden, poor Andy loses his fucking head as the mysterious villain that I sprinkled in there shows up to bowling ball our fucking boy's head, gives respects and praise where it belongs, you know, or give respect and praise where it belongs, you know. He throws his head in a fucking mystery orb that somehow stops the man from healing. Fuko asks why, as she is literally being cuffed, like, duh, they're fucking bad guys. But he hits her with some tough bad guy lines, you know, more back and forth, you know, your classic for some reason, blah, blah, blah. And then blammo, everyone forgot that about 15-minute fucking haircut, didn't you, homeboy gets barbecued, freeing OG Zombie, Andy, excuse me, sorry, Andy. The bad guy gets his, you know, famous MC intel online and knows the undead can heal, but is weak at actually throwing hands. Andy's like, yeah, maybe now, but in the past, shit. Then that aforementioned, you know, huge foreshadowing of the thing placed in Andy's head. Bam! Straight up rips that bad boy out. Andy's like, yeah, maybe now, but in the past, shit. Then he pulls out the butt plug. I mean the thing in his head. As usually, he does not have enough space for all of it. He doesn't have enough space for all of it. Power, we're talking about. Doesn't have space for power. All the knowledge. Just everything. It's been corked up for hundreds of years worth of memories. As he gets all down on the ground and starts Eddie breakdancing, slashing everyone, and we get the big reveal. Our boy went Super Saiyan 3. Check it. Andy lets him know if he didn't cork it up, he would go nuts. He then kills some ops with an instant head removal. Fuko all cheered up, feels great, but of course, classic villain trope number 4. your life for hers. Not like this exchange ever goes wrong for the bad guy, right? Never. But of course, for the sake of the story, Andy decapitates himself like a goddamn G. And you might be like, oh, but Riz Weeb, he can heal. Yeah, but guess what? He still feels pain. And I don't care how many times you do that shit, it can't fucking get much easier. I mean, probably, but not, it can't be that much easier. Ed gets into the fills with some good likes about helping Fuko. She screams, please, no. He drops one more line to really let that rose marinate if it hasn't already. But then, boom, Fuko pulls some MC shit like I got power too, bruh. And she lays a fat kiss on our boy's cheek. Right midair. Dumbass temporary villain still catches the head. Not thinking anything of it. Fucking idiot. Of course, you know, asks for an explanation as to why she just kissed him. Monologuing or some bullshit. There we go. And by the time it finally sinks in for the moron, Undead Regens wraps homeboy up. And remember that little question I posed for you all at the start of the video about the little meteor? Well, homeboy got to witness it firsthand. Check it. Our boy comes up looking like he just ate a meteor. And yeah, he did. And lets us all know that this is the first time he took one of those to the face. Life goals. Fuko yells, zombie! He lets her know again, I ain't no goddamn zombie. I'm undead. He thanks her for the kiss assist. Coin that phrase. And says that was some nice unluck. Then turns to leave. She screams, I'm Fuko Izumo. What's your name? Don't remember it. Undead's good enough, right? No, not at all. Guess I'll just have to name you then. You'll be Andy. Get it? Because you're an undead. Whatever floats your boat, kid. Still a kiss? Did all this? Well, guess next time we got banged. No, I'm dead serious. He straight up told her. And for some reason, she takes off running. Our boy states the obvious. Come on. You know you're curious too. I mean, let's be honest too, isn't? I mean, for science purposes, of course, it's strictly research. No other reason whatsoever. I am so not a crippled soft villain gets... I am so not, is Fuko's response. A crippled soft villain gets one last message out. Increased priority level for the capture of Undead Unluck from 5 to 8. Just as chapter 1. And they showed you that much. I already had a training arc. You better fucking at least be 10 in that shit, bud. This, though, does go to the end of our story for chapter 1. And this is chapter 1 of the story of Undead Andy and Unluck Fuko. Alright, everyone. I really hope you enjoyed the video, or at least had a laugh, or even learned something new. This is, you know, hopefully going to be something that can be a consistent series. I would love to see that. It's currently, you know, something that I want to focus on, especially when we're in between weeks of just kind of, you know, doing those first chapter reviews, chapter 1s, and then doing a full breakdown of the whole series of whether it's finished or wherever it's at currently, just so you guys can kind of see, you know, which ones you like best if you haven't already seen them, or get to know more about a series that you already love. So definitely, just like I said, can't appreciate you guys enough for being here. Anyone that subs, likes, comments, anything, just thank you. Yes, you're all amazing. Seriously, thank you so much. And as far as Undead Unluck, man, amazing series. Currently, I'm caught up on the manga. If you guys are, love to chat with you about it. Like I said, I won't get into spoilers, but man, how crazy is shit getting right now? Holy shit, and been getting. Good lord. Anyways, you know, I definitely think it's going to be a great success. Currently, it's 189 chapters as I'm making this video. 189 chapters deep as I'm making the video. Still pumping out new chapters weekly or bi-weekly. The anime is in its first season and has been seeing some great success on Hulu. Definitely check it out. It's been an absolute banger. Me and my son started it, and that's how I first found out about it, actually, was the anime. And lo and behold, you know, here we are. So great series. Got me hooked instantly. So definitely take a look at it if you'd like. If you're one of those anime only, great. Well, you got almost a full season at the ready for you. Check it out on Hulu. I do plan on doing these, like I said, for a few more titles. In particular, Demon Slayer, off the top of my head, Chainsaw Man. So if you'd like to see those, definitely let me know. I'd love to do which ones you'd like to recommend as well. Death Note is another one definitely going to do here in the near future. So again, thank you all for subscribing. Cannot thank you enough. And always remember that, yes, a weeb can also have some rays. Peace, guys. Take care.